This is banger racing, full contact motorsport. We're called TWT, and this is the story of our season, featuring the highs and the lows. Come along for the ride.
The war wasn't a thing until there were slogans written on people's cars.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing, it was never in the intentions of being a war. We recruited more people than Job Centre. The reason why, the fact is, there was 4 teams of Bears. We was having it with the Bears at the time. They knew that we had good numbers. The aftermath obviously got involved, which wasn't a problem. We built 4 or 5 strong teams on the back of what we knew what was going, and then if you're going to fight a war with people, you're not going to do it on your own. So that's all we done. We built the numbers, and when obviously the Bears dropped out, then it was a massive problem.
There was no malicious side of the Bears.
No.
Because I didn't do the previous year, and these lot did. And you were speaking to Ash on the run up, and it was just going to be a.
We thought we was going to have it again. We had it last year, and it was good. And then we was going to have it
for
again.
unfortunate reasons, couldn't do it. So that's them. They don't have to do anything. Just so happens, the same crossover time, we get new mates that also don't like us. It does make it look like we've then brought a load of army for them.
One that come unstuck, obviously, in the whole light of things was Harvey.
First couple of races, I think I got a 4th. And
Yeah, it was alright. We did, obviously.
We got a first, second, and third.
Yeah.
Didn't we? You managed to get one, didn't you, Josh?
I can barely buy him a car on the street. Then 5 businesses go bust. He's a fucking useless. Listen, you've got to take the rough with the smooth. It wasn't the best meeting for any of us, but you show up with 20 cars. People do expect you to show up like it's going to be a firecracker, and it wasn't. It wasn't. And they, dare I say, maybe they got the better of us that time. It would be easier.
100%.
It's going to be easier to get the better of someone when there's a lot more of them.
And fair play.
Yeah, good effort. Yeah, alright, we showed up with a lot of cars, we did. But not one of them cars that didn't writ on about anyone else. I don't think that was necessary, but it was obviously necessary in some senses. And that's how it started, and that's how it's carried on. The writing's carried on, a lot of writing's carried on. As a whole, Icebreaker wasn't too bad. I mean, Harvey didn't have a brilliant meeting, and I didn't have a necessarily brilliant, but you two, because you was in opposite races.
Yeah, you had a very good
We had a good race.
we had a lot.
Really well.
Me and Liston went out with cup smash cars and a couple of trophies.
It was good, man.
Still can't complain. Our bad meetings still
learnt
come
from
away with a positive. So what does that say about our racing? It ain't that bad, is it?
So I am. Why am I? I'm just. I'm Garry Wedden, that's it. We never used to race as a team, we was all single people. Obviously, kids grew up from junior bangers to adult formers. One of my kids is Josh Gooch. Not many people know of him. Doesn't it? Nothing. Not many people know him as my kid. Obviously, I got slated many years for sponsoring him. It's alright giving him cars to Josh Gooch. Obviously, people didn't realise he was actually my son. Yeah, he doesn't follow my name, but I brought him up since he was 4 months old. Harvey Webb is obviously my other son. There's not much, I don't know what I can say about Harvey really. Just shut up, you twat.
Stop! He's in his others.
So Harvey is not my son, and that is it. He's out of here. The other guys in the team, which would only be me, Josh. Harvey's out of it now. He was race stock rods. All jokes aside, me, Josh, Jimmy, Harvey, and Joe Gladden. Joe Gladden, when he steps in and out, he's coming back to bangers, which is a good thing. Courtney, obviously my daughter, the live wire. She's not going out there in any wars or nothing, but at the end of the day, it's like anyone who races a team, your family, the youngsters, they join the team, and that's how it goes. And it's been no different than that, really. I've got little Louis, my favourite. Everyone says that Harvey's the favourite. He's not. Louis is the favourite, and I think he's the best driver out of them all. He takes to anything you give him. I put him on a motorbike, he takes to it. I put him in a car, he takes to it. He races ninja karts, which he's very good at. I admit, with the boys racing their bangers, I don't give him the time that he deserves, which is my fault. I'd really like to say Marie enjoys it, but when Louis had his ninja kart, she'd make an excuse. She'd go to the toilet, or she'd go and do this, she'd go and do that. I'm there every meeting. I know what's coming, do you know what I mean? Whereas Marie, she might come to the odd meeting. She always comes to ones that Louis can do, and she gets nervous with it, which is, some people read it different, and so that's exactly how it is. But she enjoys watching the boys race the unlimited bangers. So yeah, she does enjoy it. Marie's been around the racing scene a lot longer than what I have, most definitely. So she's done her hours of going racing, but not that she's against it, because she's not. She loves going racing, but it's a long time to be going racing, isn't it? So to be brought up with her dad, obviously Terry, and going racing.
How did you and Marie end up meeting?
Probably not the best thing to say on camera, and obviously with her sons here.
The BWS, it stands for Banger World Series, and that's over usually 7 or 8 rounds at Speedworth. There's 2 ways of qualifying through the BWS.
So the way I went for this year is the Entertainers League. So you get 20 points for a fresh and sign written car. That's just your everyday car, like a Frog Eye, a Merc, a Lexus, Jag, anything like that. You also get an extra 20 points for something a bit different, so something old or a limo or a hearse. That gets you 20 points. And then you also gain points through crashing. And it's crashing and then fixing the car, going back out, something like that. Along those sort of lines, that'll get you the maximum amount of points you can get for the year, if you do that every year.
And then another way you can go through is the point series, where the top 16 at the end of the year qualifies for the world final, qualifying obviously top 10 in every race gets points.
Points go from 10 for a win down to 1 for a 10th place, with double points on the meeting final. The meeting final, which is the BWS, holds a wild card, so whoever wins that race automatically qualifies them into the main race at the end of the year.
So the first BWS of the year was Aldershot. I had the idea of going for entertainers this year. Harvey went for race points. Garry even had a go as well that meeting. He went for entertainers as well. He done quite well. Jim was already in, but he was going for the race points anyway. I think it was an S80 limo.
Probably took it down our
Head
house.
gasket was gone.
The Friday before the meeting,
He
or
showed up,
the day before the meeting.
out, and it showed up. It had the windows, the fuel tank, quite a lot that wasn't stripped out. It was quite funny. It's typical Terry. because I thought in my head, you know, you want to be the first one to be entertained. I think I picked Lee O'Reilly up and pushed him into the bushy, and I took a pair of them in. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I should have waited a lap or two, but I done it straight away. It half worked, but being a front row, I got my own wheel on, and that's how my first race went.
My brand new engine blew up, so I was crying.
Yeah, you had a good one.
Done about 2 laps, I think.
They got like a 4 for saying he won.
Yeah, it mattered because it was such a hard year with points. You getting them 4th and 5th makes all the difference. Terry's idea of entertaining.
Spinning
old
people
school
and-
entertaining, yeah, spinning people out,
in the wall
doing
and that.
wheel spins and stuff.
Which doesn't quite
yeah.
cut it. I don't think he understood the fact of you've got to try and hit a car flat out and back out and fix it again. But
day,
he has fun, doesn't he?
Oh, he loves it.
It's still just as enjoyable. It's just so much more quick. It's just untrue. I'd still go out now in one without all that kit.
I've done a couple of shots. Garry copied me a little bit.
Oh, do you think she'll car first day? That's what Hot was out there, split one.
Yeah, I had quite a good meeting, a couple of decent shots. It was, yeah, pretty good. It started well, and that gave me the boost for the rest of the year.
The family affair actually started before me and Marie, because the fact is that my mum, who's passed away now, knew Terry and Joyce, obviously Terry's wife, and Marie at the time. Obviously, my mum lived in the same estate as Terry. How I come to meeting or knowing of Terry is that many years ago, off Mark Woodward, bought a Humber Hawk estate, which was quite a rare car, a very rare car back in the day. I bought off Mark Woodward for 50 quid. Had it outside my house, thought I could do miracles with it and turn it into a banger. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't get the shitbox running. So my mum got the ump of it and rung Terry. I didn't even know at the time. Bearing in mind he worked at Woking Car Spares, A1 now, obviously known as. But then he come and collected the car, and later be known, probably, I don't know how long it was to tell the truth, but it was recent that the car was seen racing at Wimbledon. Obviously my mum was a massive background in the family that I work for now. Obviously Russell and Sally Pike obviously own A1 Car Spares, and Russell was a family friend of my mum as well, where Terry worked, and I ended up with a Saturday job there at just turned 13, and it's gone on from there really. I was a Saturday boy, stacking cars, taking shit off everyone, then making tea, picking up everyone's shit, just a general Saturday idiot that worked there. Then it just grew on from there really. It's always been tightly connected with the scrapyard, whether obviously my mum was always around there, Terry being around there, my mum being friends with Russell, who owns the company, who's looked after us. He basically took on our family, obviously after my mum and dad passed away, which we're forever grateful for. He's looked after us like his own, and he's always treated us like our own, and that's how we are. And obviously that's the job I do now, and I run the yard, and it's just gone on from there basically. My parents, as harsh as it might sound, but it's not, it's how it was, but they could give me what they could, and that's where it drew the line. And obviously not everyone can give to everyone, and some people are more beneficial than others. And for what I could give to people, I like doing it, and I feel happy. And when you see people on the internet that can't get cars and aren't beneficial like myself, not everyone runs a scrapyard, not everyone's got friends in a scrapyard. So I see people that haven't got cars, anyone can help me out with this. I like helping them, and that's what happened. Is I was helping them, which I enjoy doing, and that's just where it went. And I think I don't want anyone to miss out. I missed out on certain things when I was a kid, not to do with bangers, but if you can give something, I think you give it. If you can't, you can't. It is what it is. But that's how I've always been. So and that's the way I am. So listen, some people like it, some people don't. It's just, but I do what I can, and that's it. Obviously my governor Russell, he hates bangers. Hates bangers with a passion, and well, he says he hates them. I don't think he does, but I think it's just. But he's grown up around the bangers for so long. You think Terry had been there since the 80s racing. Russell was alongside Terry. Russell never took up the banger racing side of things, and the yard's grown good relationships off the back of banger racing. I get a lot of customers off of it. I've made a hell of a lot of friends off of it. Not just a scrapyard, I'm not on the basis of just giving cars to people. Like, I've grown some really nice friends and people we treat as family, and so we appreciate that. And what the yard have done for people, they're not looking for anyone to kiss their ass about it, but if that makes sense, then they do it because I'm doing it. Russ, he says to me, "You run the yard. That's your job. You do what you're doing. I don't want to get involved," which he never has. Which he's been brilliant with that, and it is what it is. So I think we supplied something like 138 cars in 1 year. I've had people come up and drop 5 mercs off, take 5 mercs. If someone comes in with CLKs and they've got 4 of them smashed, they'll take 4 CLKs. But there's only so much. The bigger the yard's got and it's grown, there's only so much you can store. And when you're waiting for people to turn up and collect things, it does get a bit manic. But that's not. It's just what it is, isn't it? So.
I know I had a fresh Frog Estate again. This one was pink. It was my favourite run through the year after the assignment was done. It was a very, very rotten frog. I remember you was having a go at me because the floors, like behind where your cage bolts in, was terrible. There was nothing there. So no, it'll be fine.
You know what your guy does like? He does like a car.
He was still out there. He was trying, but
You still give it a good go, didn't you?
It's 21 in the brain, but 65 in the body.
Good shot in the first one, and then the race sort of finished. That was when Jack Star and all that went into the limos.
yeah. How was it? Should I race? Yeah.
Yeah, you did do it, Chris, yeah.
You didn't have about me either.
Oh, the second!
Wow!
It makes a change for me to actually finish the race and get a good position.
I think I got a 4th. Our first race in the same race.
Rubbish.
Us 3 qualified for the POS race.
Got loaded up to
Hit someone in the middle, thought it was a really good shot.
Yeah. I turned round in one of the races, I missed a few times, which is quite embarrassing to do that. I made sure that I didn't miss the next time, and which is a very fast track to turn round at. Come round, I caught him basically with my water tank on his roll cage, pushed the pillar straight up on the front line. I got jacked up by Jamie Pole, and I've never fully been knocked out in a banger, but that was probably the closest I've been. I remember getting back to the pits. Well, I don't remember getting back to the pits, and these lot fixed the car for me, and I was just all over the place.
You reckon you got sparked out? Who do I stop? Do I stop? Huh? No, I did turn around, didn't I? Yeah. Who do I stop? Yeah. Just give him a smell. You do know he does. You was going like that, wanker out the car window.
He had the back wheels were literally in his arse. And I said, Josh, just go away and sit down, because Josh didn't even know what day of the week it was.
You slowed down to let me past, and then you spun someone out.
My car went all arsey. I waved Harvey past, then Obi come past, and I was thinking, Harvey's got a good chance of winning this. It was shit or bust, so I took Obi out.
I got 3rd in the wild card. which is good points, obviously being double points.
With the Entertainers League, you have to fix the cars to go back out to get the max amount of points. So we was fixing it. I had no intention of racing it. You just have to go on the track to get the points. So we fixed it because it was absolutely scrap, and it got me onto the track and got me the points. And yeah, that
probably wasn't the safest car.
Oh,
but
you couldn't have raced it.
It was drivable, so you still went out there.
It was bad.
What me then? I had seconds.
Yeah, we've already done that.
This is where Jason usually works, but Jason's been sacked at the moment. He will be back because we need some cars over there.
Right, what's your name?
Jason.
And Jason, what do you do?
I do his band cards with Garry.
And what's been your favourite car to strip out?
Sunday Jag sometime. And
Yeah?
Froggies.
And how many cars do you think you get through?
Lows.
You lose track.
Yeah, lost time.
Here we have a pair of trainers and joggers that haven't been washed in about 10 years.
Them ones and them ones. The toes are back here. This bit is bending.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Play my guitar.
Wang. Yeah?
That jumper has not been washed since World War II.
What do you most enjoy about the banger scene, Jason?
I enjoy it, Garry. I enjoy
What do
it.
you enjoy about it?
I had a go, I did.
Yeah, you had a go. You enjoy having a go.
Yeah.
You didn't have it. Tell them what happened.
Yeah. I listened to him over there, Freddie. He said go flat out. I did want to go flat on the corner, hit the wall.
Any ladies in your life?
No,
No? I thought you had a couple of women on the go.
He had that one, but then obviously I took her out.
Look how old school the wallet is then. You're a bitch. And that boy,
The blue jag, you didn't shoot the blue jag.
I did your up yours.
Tell him what happened when you was younger with Freddie.
Oh
Come on, tell them a story.
When I know what the story is, well, you know.
I went upstairs to do something in my mum's house. And then Freddie and Darren walked there upon him. Darren on his bed, thrown on the floor. He's like that. And they went, I walk out.
What was he doing? What are they doing, Jason?
Wanking.
Was you? No! 3 reasons why ladies go out for a meal with you.
I said, go to the bed.
Got good taste in food.
Yeah.
He knows a good kebab shop in Maidenhead.
Big comment.
Stanley took up the meeting of A1 and they said to me, obviously, do you want to run a meeting, an A1 sponsorship meeting? We sponsored the meeting and we went ahead with it. I always like to help out Stanley. It's a very good track. I don't just see him as a promotion, I see him as friends basically. We help them out.
They're local to us as well.
They're local to us, they've always been nice to us.
Fred, what have you got to say to your fans? Because you've got a lot of fans after the video on the last
Yeah,
one,
I've
the
got
first
2 words
episode.
to say. Sucker.
Supreme Championship, you raced this one.
Where?
You had a yank.
We had a yank
Oh,
Yeah, Series 3.
fucking hell, what a story.
Yeah.
It all went wrong.
Me and Harvey already qualified through.
Looking
I was
up.
obviously world champion. Did you qualify?
Be about points, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, points. Josh and Garry was in the last chance race.
I had a Series Jag, Garry had a yank, we got Garry yank for this one.
Shit.
Yeah. The yank didn't work.
It was scrap.
Yeah.
You both had a blinding meeting to be fair,
Oh,
didn't you?
brilliant. It was a good meeting.
There's a lot of dodgy steering rants going on that way. But listen.
Pull to the right.
The yank wasn't so good for me. I got to turn left.
Yeah, the start of the race.
I got to turn left before the race even started. I cut out as I was coming around the bend to get going again. And I thought, I'll try and bump it, it wouldn't go. Then it just sort of got spun. Then I got a good head on off Alfie Don, which was good. Where he hit me, it sort of spun me into the track. Then I got backwards off of Harry. And then I knew I'd hurt myself and I ended up rattling my ankle between the pedals.
Oh, you definitely bent them pedals.
Yeah,
Cool.
I did.
Good effort.
Yeah, then obviously ended up in hospital the next day. I still have issues now, because they actually said when you go to hospital, you're better off breaking it. And I ended up with obviously ligament damage and messed up the nerves and stuff like that. But anyway, no feeling sorry for me. The boys had a good meeting. How was your meeting, Josh?
It was good, mate.
I see you going around in a Jag for not for long, but
no, it was me and Garry in that heat in the qualifying one. I think it was 3 or 4 of our afternoon, and I was going really well. And I caught the car head on, and poor prep, battery slid forward, arced out, burnt the loom out, and I knew straight away by that point. As soon as I'd stopped, I knew what was coming. It was like a load of piranhas on a bit of bait. I learned very quickly that it's not good.
Rubbish.
It's just old crap nowadays.
Oh, fair play, you got me there.
It was the first of quite a few meetings actually this year where you went outnumbered.
Yeah.
So obviously they like playing on the outnumbered game ever since kicked in, but we learnt our lesson. We went there with just us 4, only 2 of you being in their race.
It was outnumbered.
It was, well, yeah, that's it. That's exactly the point. Too.
Drivers, start your engine!
I only done a few laps and I think I got bounced into the wall.
I saw the track was just
Yeah.
right.
It was,
It was like tarmac.
really bumpy,
Yeah.
wasn't it, actually? It was really bumpy. The next race, we both went out there and, oh yeah, one of them, we weren't very hard hit. I turned around, I see him kind of sat there half around the bend, half-heartedly, but that's what war's about. Sometimes you've got to take your chance, otherwise you might not get it at all. So we had a bit of a race round and that was it, really. Yeah.